Yo, it's your girl DJ Baby Blue Diamond.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy T1, and welcome to Well You Ask podcast, where you ask the questions and we answer. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. For those who were on Wednesday show or saw Wednesday show, kind of told y'all we were going to be um, touching on a pretty heavy topic tonight. So, um, first, let me start off by saying, Blue, how was your week as a whole?
Oh, craziness. That's all I'm gonna say. It's craziness. Kind of had a lot happen at the school I work at.
Mm,
The first incident was actually across the street from the school I work at. Me and my two coworkers witnessed a man beating up his girlfriend, and he
mm,
had a bag with him. So we had to call the police because we didn't know if he had a gun. So we had to be on lockdown for a little bit.
mm,
And then the second incident was another coworker. He's a computer teacher. He decided to come at one of our coworkers sideways and say, "Keep your name out your mouth." Was yelling at her and saying, "Talking about I got something for you." It was just like he wasn't even talking about him, so we don't know where that came from. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. It
that's pretty. That's pretty intense.
is very intense. I wasn't expecting all that. But how was your week as a whole? How's school
um,
going?
school's cool. School is alright. I'm actually in the last week, well, the last 2 days of my term, and then like I have a little break, and then I get right back to it next month. Grades are good. GPA is where it need to be. So I'm
Nice.
straight.
That's good.
hmm Family's good, so everything's cool. Not sure if y'all can hear them
That,
in the background a little bit, but it is
that's
what
good
it
that
is.
everybody's doing good. That's
hmm
good. Man.
Yeah, but so yeah, everybody, Wednesday was pretty, it was pretty, pretty lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how we like to keep them. Saturday's a little more in depth,
Serious.
yeah, a little more serious, and we still, still have fun and everything like that, but uh, more serious topics. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. Earlier this week, we saw Officer Derek Chauvin or Chauvin, however you say his last name. He was convicted on all three counts for the murder of George Floyd last summertime frame by kneeling on his neck well over 8 minutes. For we know, as regular folk, and you may not know, the brain after the brain can only handle being oxygen deprived for so long, and it's literally that fast. So, and
Exactly.
like it's no, I'll put it like this: is nowhere near a minute. So, let alone going on 9 minutes. That's he was an officer of the law, so I mean it's not like he didn't know that. And I said this last year, when everything started to unfold and some truth started coming out, that that they knew each other,
Yeah.
and once that came out, or not saying like they knew each other per se or whatever, but they knew each other enough because they worked at the same club doing security.
Yeah.
And for a very long time. So it's not like the cop didn't know who George Floyd was. He knew exactly who he was, and he meant to do what he did. And one of those, I believe one of those counts had to do something with something about premeditated murder, I believe.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like it was because of that fact that they worked at the same spot. So I that's how I felt last year. I still feel that way, now, and he's gonna pay the price for it now. Uh, yes, while we are excited that he is being held accountable for his actions, the way Minnesota law is set up, yes, those charges carry, or those convictions carry uh, a 40-year sentence, a 20-year sentence. I think a 40-year sentence and 2 20-year sentences, I believe. But being that he's never had a blemish on his record, the judge may be inclined to only give him 12 and a half. But at least in Minnesota, I'll say that at least in Minnesota, the message has been sent that law enforcement is not going to keep getting away with doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
So that was a huge thing. And it happened. It was cool because my daughter was home from school when the verdict came down, and she was able to see that. So that was was historical in itself. So
does she know what's going on? She understands what's going on. How did you have that conversation with your daughter?
Yeah, we had the conversation last year. Especially when the pandemic was going on, nobody really going nowhere like that.
Yeah.
And my daughter's very, very inquisitive, so she asks questions. She's like, mom, mommy, daddy, like, why does this happen? Like, why did this happen? Why did it? And she wants understanding. She's gonna ask, so we give her that. Yo,
what up, man?
What up?
Sorry
Yeah.
for the tardiness. Family.
Don't be party for the party.
It's all good. We were just mentioning. We were just talking about the verdict from the George Floyd trial.
Yeah. That was I mean, that's a micro victory in the whole scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see the Candace Owens? What she said?
The press conference?
I don't know if it was a press conference. I seen her. I think it was like on her IG. Oh no, it was. I think she was on like a news station or something. And she was like, she don't agree with the verdict. It was unfair, and the only reason that the cop was found guilty because they were scared of a mob, a riot, and stuff like that. I'm like,
that's the black girl that's married to that white man.
I don't even think she's married.
She's not married at all.
Oh, I'm getting her confused with somebody else then.
No,
she's a puppet.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I really I don't think y'all understand the joy it's gonna bring to me the day I find out that somebody done went Candace's mouth.
Hey, it's gonna happen.
For real.
Yeah.
What do you
That's what? Another dude, a dude, he's kind of new to, I guess, the media thing. The dude Charleston White, I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that about DMX and George Floyd, like they died dope fiends and all this other stuff. I'm like,
he looked like a dope fiend,
at least like he used to.
Yeah,
like his mouth,
You know what? It's dudes like that. It's people like that. I tried. I don't even comment on. I don't even give them that type of energy because nobody knew who they were before they started talking reckless.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
And I'm saying I don't know about Charleston, but I know for a fact Candace Owens wouldn't dare say nothing like that in a setting where
somebody can touch her.
Yeah, she ain't crazy. She talk a big game. That's like her and Tommy Lauren.
Yeah.
They the same. They the same bros. Man.
They the same. Basically.
They are.
Tommy look like the shit Tommy Lauren said. Man, Tommy Lauren wouldn't be. She would not. Really.
And it's so bad is they get proven wrong so much.
So many times.
Every time they make a comment.
But the only thing they have that's effective is that they're on a national platform and they're speaking to, in my opinion, they're speaking to the Trump people. Like those type of people that think like that, they speaking directly to them. So the cycle is not going to end because you still got these people with this rhetoric, this negative. I mean, I don't even know. Now she say some things that's good. Like, we do need to be accountable, but nobody's ever denied that. Nobody's ever said the black community needs to be accountable for actions that we take place in. Nobody has ever denied that. But then she goes on, like with the George Floyd thing, she goes on and say, well, he had 3 times the legal amount of X, Y, and Z in his system. I'm like, but he was alive. No matter what he was on,
he seemed to be doing just fine in that in that convenience store, right?
Just fine.
He seemed to be doing just fine being cuffed. He actually seemed to be doing just fine right before. Like, I'll tell you this: right before he said, "I can't breathe."
Yeah, and you can see if you concentrate on the cop, you can see it's almost like he's like without biting his lip, like he gritting his teeth, like digging his knee. You can see, I can see that. Like it's well, either way it goes. You know, my daughter made a poem about, like, she kind of was freestyling though, but she made a poem about, you know, people harming us because of the color of our skin and stuff. Like, she's 7 years old. Like, at 7, I was not worried about getting killed by a cop. I wasn't. It's crazy nowadays how we gotta raise our kids totally different. Totally different.
I don't know who this is, but we have a comment saying it's a shame in my city, North England, we don't have these problems.
And where in North England?
Where are you from?
North England. I'm not sure. Let us know where you're from and what's your name. We have another comment. Renee Anderson said the doctor proved that the lack of oxygen is what killed him, not drugs.
Right.
And they keep and this is asshats like Tommy Lauren and Candace Owens that want to spew that type of rhetoric, you know what I'm saying, to keep that going.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, at some point we're gonna hear about their mouth being wired shut from an injury or something. Because that's you when you say things like what he had in his, like giving no accountability to the officer performing a deadly restraint on someone who doesn't need to be further restrained because they're already restrained in handcuffs. Like what are you talking? Like, what I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say that. Stoke in England. We have a very good connection black and white here. Maybe in that part.
I wish America had the same tolerance we have here.
I ain't never. I heard this. I mean,
yeah, that part of England. Yeah, maybe your part of England, but England, as bro, y'all horrible over there for real. As a majority
in England.
What's her name? What's that woman that would do them experiments?
Jane.
Yeah, Jane. You know what I'm talking about. I forget.
Yeah. We were talking about on the other. She passed away. You remember I was talking about she passed away?
Yeah.
I didn't figure that part out. But
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, she did those experiments over there. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. It's in my eyes. No matter where you go in the world, everybody has the same. For the majority, not all, but everybody has the same outlook on black people as here in America. They're criminals, the rapists, they ain't no good, they lazy, they don't want to work, and all this shit. And what pisses me off is when I hear black women say the same shit. That pisses me off. That pisses me off. If I'm having a conversation with a black woman, hypothetically, but I'm having a conversation with her and she starts saying that, It's the same. It's almost like me hearing Trump say the same shit. Like it's not, man. If you just look at, if you research what they're actually saying, like it's not even close. Like when they say, oh, well, black people on food stamps, da da da. It's more white women on food stamps than anybody. But the notion is black people are dependent on the government like that. Like it's when they say, when Jay-Z said numbers don't lie, I don't think he was thinking this deep, because numbers lie. Those fucking numbers are lying, clearly.
And to be truthful, if you think about it, we've never been dependent on the government like that as a majority.
It wasn't meant for us.
No, you want to know why?
What's that?
Well, one, because it wasn't meant for us. Two, we get locked up for selling drugs.
Basically,
if we was really that dependent on the government, we wouldn't put ourselves in positions that we could be incarcerated just by doing things to feed our family. That what we have at our disposal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they can miss me with that bullshit.
South England.
Yeah, South England. Yeah, I got some folk from England, and they would tell me tell me stories about the difference between the certain areas. So yeah, I definitely hear you though.
It's everywhere, man. That's a disease that's worse than the COVID. That shit is worse than COVID, and it's everywhere. That shit is literally everywhere. That's crazy how you could go to Africa, and Africa, you got Great Britain, you got the Dutch, you got Portuguese, you got the Chinese, all them over there treating Africans like shit. And nigga, that's not even their land.
Exactly.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's gonna be I know people sometimes they have the, I understand the hope for better things, but nothing has ever came by peace. Everything that's been settled, disagreements overall in America and in the world, has been settled by war. Like nothing has ever marched. Like how long we've been marching? We've been marching for a long time. We've been protesting for a long time. Peaceful protests for a long time. Like at some point, it's gonna have to get violent. It's gonna have to. And I
was just telling my wife that I was like, I feel it's, and that's going into the next part. I feel like a war is gonna jump off at some point. Like legit.
Well, I told you already after they said the verdict.
Something's gonna happen that's gonna set it off.
Well, I already said earlier, I know I said it in one of our podcasts, after they said the verdict of the police officer, they had police cars roaming around with the with the siren for like the purge.
If anybody needs to be purged, it's us. We should be able to purge. Don't give us reparations. Just let us purge once a year.
Yeah, let us purge once a year. But we can't purge against our own, right?
Oh yeah, Mr. Johnson thought he was slick, trying to cut me short on my hours. All right, we gonna see. He ain't cutting nobody short.
He said, and that's why us colored people fighting. Renee Anderson said that.
What y'all think about the young lady that just got killed?
I didn't like the press conference that the aunt did. I think the aunt made it worse because she did a press conference and she said, "My niece did not have a knife, but she had a knife."
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I didn't like that part.
Listen, man.
But I also didn't like the fact that she was the one that called the police because she needed help.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I really want to speak on it, but I gotta wait. I'm gonna reserve my outlook on it because I can't. I only seen a few videos, and from what I've seen, it was adults out there. So if it's anybody's fault, it's those adults out there that was entertaining that shit. Instead of when the police came, he should have been able to come and settle things peacefully. He shouldn't have. It was like from the body cam. It seemed like as soon as he got on the scene, it was already action. Like he was like, you know what I'm saying? And then, but the only critique I got about it is I seen another video. This white dude literally stabbed this black cop in the neck with a screwdriver and took off running. So the cop is chasing him and he got his gun out. He running with his gun. He's like, stop, freeze, freeze, freeze. In the middle of all that, he put his gun in his holster and took his taser out. And then chased him down and hit him with the taser.
Exactly. So that's way.
It's two different situations. It's kind of two different situations. One, you expecting the kid to get shot because he assaulted a cop with a screwdriver and stabbed him in his neck. You expect him to get shot down, but it was a white kid. On the flip side of it, we expect the white cop to shoot the girl with the knife with a taser too, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Which could have happened, and at the same time, he didn't have to shoot her 4 times.
That's my thing. Like that's been my gripe. That's been my bit. Like what as far as the cop is concerned. Like 4 times though, like that's like I can't.
If somebody's charging you with a knife and you hit them in their leg, I don't know too many people that's gonna still be running.
Yeah.
At somebody after they get shot in the leg.
All right, now here's my thing on it. Because I shared this with one of the folks on my Facebook, and
what's the point of carrying tasers if you don't use them?
Yeah, but let's be like on the taser thing. I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about that because I mean that point that the taser part is irrelevant. It's like when it came, when it became into training and all, it doesn't even matter because it's been long enough for them to be well, versed in what the difference is between a gun and a taser. And
exactly.
I'm not gonna speak on that. But so I seen the video. I seen the video a few times just to see like if I got different, if I had a different feeling about it. And what the conclusion I came to was there was a lot of right and a lot of wrong in that video, or not just in the video, but just in the situation. The one, like you said, my initial thought was, like I'm pissed. You feel what I'm saying? Because it literally happened within the hour of the verdict.
Right.
Then, so that was my initial thing. The next day when I started really looking at it and looking at the body cam footage, like you said, it looked like when he pulled up, it was already up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it looked like it almost looked like she.
I think old girl fell and then the dude kicked her.
Yeah, I didn't see the kicking part. I didn't see. What I did see was like it looked like somebody got ran over.
Yeah, the girl. Because I think they was trying to jump her initially.
Yeah, like they was there, like the girls was there to to jump or whatever, and it looked like, and my thing is, I don't fault the girl at all. One, the system failed her all the way around. You feel what I'm saying? Because I got word that those girls knew the foster mother. Or they stayed there, or they stayed there, or something like that. Like they all stayed at that house. And, and the girl who ended up getting murdered, or getting killed, she was new and she was getting bullied and all of that. So yes,
That's the backstory to it.
Yeah, that's the back. You know what I'm saying? So that's the backstory to it. You feel what I'm saying? Now, and then I heard somewhere that one of the people that was there, I guess the fight owner or whatever was like a grown woman or something like that. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah,
it was just
because the dude that kicked the girl that fell, that was a grown man.
Yeah.
And when she was trying to get up, he like kicked her, and then the cop pulled his gun simultaneously. After he kicked, he pulled his gun, and right when he pulled his gun, that's when old girl was attacking.
Yeah, she was coming.
The girl with the knife.
Yeah, she was charging her. Now, like, now a lot of people would say, you know, oh man, the girl. Now, and the thing is too, the cop did give the command, yelling, "Stop, stop,
right.
stop." He did that. Now, the only reason I don't hold her at fault for that is because at that point, when you grab a knife to go attack somebody, you have already made up in your mind what you gonna do. You feel what I'm saying? To the person or the people that are attacking you. You feel what I'm saying? So she's been bullied and being picked on and constantly harassed and threatened and all of that. She done got to the point where she's seeing red. She don't see nothing. She don't hear nothing. When you that mad, you don't hear nothing. I have been that enraged before, to where like when my wife was present, I didn't even hear her saying anything to me.
Right.
And she was in front of my face. You feel what I'm saying? So let alone you in a protective you in protective mode of yourself.
She in survival mode.
Yeah. You in survival mode. You don't know when you get into an altercation, you don't know what that person you're into it with has on their mind, let alone two people.
Right.
So I'm gonna grab if
I'm trying to survive.
I'm trying to survive. If I think you really trying to do me bodily harm, yo, like it's on. I feel like if he was going to if he was going to shoot her, one shot would have
right.
tracks. If you're not going to use the taser, okay, whatever to preserve a life, because like people can feel how they want to feel about it. But when he pulls up, you see an attacker, and in your mind, in your mind, you're like, okay, well, I got to do, I got to do something. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and what is the best course of action to give me a higher percentage rate of being able to save a life? You feel what I'm saying? So he felt like, shooting was the best thing. Now, 4 shots, like I said from the jump, that was excessive. He could have shot it in the leg, ass, something.
It's always excessive though. Whenever they shoot somebody, particularly, I'm just gonna say black people, because I'm pretty sure they shoot white people. I just don't see it as often, so I can't speak on it.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure whenever they shoot them, it's always excessive. It seems like it's like they got this thing. If I shoot him one time, he's gonna get up, take my gun, and shoot me. I think that's what they're thinking. And then so they gotta unload a whole clip. Like, bro, the dude is dead. And then what pissed me off is after you do that, you go and handcuff him.
Yeah, that don't even make sense. That's that right there. That's a slap in the face. Like, bro,
it is, man. That's no respect. That's absolutely no respect.
Like, we know what type of ammo y'all firing. Y'all shooting hollow point tips, man. Like, y'all not
exactly.
Y'all not shooting nothing.
Why don't use rubber bullets or pellet bullets or?
Oh, they do.
I see them use it in the protests when they shooting those rubber bullets.
Yeah, they got them, because like the it's kind of.
I'm pretty sure it's a gray area.
It's a gray area, because like you're not gonna see law enforcement picking off people at a protest.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're not gonna see, because that right there is like now it's looking like you sending somebody out.
Yeah.
To murder people. Like, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
No. I want to get into some of these comments real fast before we continue. I forgot his name. I think he said his name was Steve. Says, I've been stabbed many times and slashed, and I fully support an officer opening fire. He also said that I expect both ways. If someone has a weapon and is about to take a life, they should be shot regardless of color. Renee Anderson said that she was fortunate protecting herself. Let's see, what is this? English police have fists and tasers. English police only have fists or tasers. I think guns are a bad thing and always will. Joshua Thomas said, officer at the airport used took down a few folks with his taser. Used and took down a few folks with his taser. So he didn't have to use the shotgun. I don't think anyone should have a gun. I saw her get stabbed when she was on the boot of the car. I saw her go to stab when she was at the boot of her car. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think that's the part when he shot her, when she had like
the gun.
Yeah.
Ben DeMarshall said, when it comes to crime, we are seeing the huge line between white felonies and assaults and outside of white felonies and assaults. Steve also says, no man should ever put hands on a woman like that. The guy who went to kick her is in disgrace. Someone kicked her?
Yeah, it was a dude.
Some dude kicked one of them. Like, I don't know who it was.
That's like from the video I saw when he first was walking up, the girl had slung one girl off her. I think they was getting into it. She slung her off or something, and she like tried to get back up, and then the black dude like kicked her, like boom, and that's when the cop took his weapon out. And right when he took his weapon out, you could see he like the girl like do her arm like this, but he's yelling commands the whole time. I give him that. He's yelling commands. So my thing was the 4 shots. That was my thing. You hit her 4 times, and I don't know.
I mean that part, that's been my whole. That's been my whole thing.
Because if you break in somebody's house and they shoot you 4 or 5 times, at that point you can get charged because they would consider that excessive
exactly
force.
Yeah, like they'll have more remorse for the person who intruded, like who came in uninvited, than the person who was actually protecting their land and protecting their family.
Which is dumb as fuck.
Like the law, like the justice system, the law, it's bonkers anyway. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like.
Go ahead.
I'll finish it up real quick though. But that part, and then the girls wanting to jump on her. That's terrible. Like that.
If you ain't never been jumped before, like. If you ain't never been in like a brawl and you got like 2 or 3 people like trying to fight you, you don't understand the mindset of that person, because you don't know how bad they plan on beating you up.
Yeah, you
exactly. Have no idea. I think the fight was supposed to be. I think the fight was supposed to just be against her and people her age, and then I think the adults stepped in. I think that's why
the adults that was in that situation should be held accountable.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
They was inside. In my opinion, they inciting the whole thing.
Yeah, like as far as the situation is concerned, my biggest thing is with the parents that was with the adults. I ain't gonna say the parents.
Right.
The adults that were out there. You feel what I'm saying? How many times growing up that it'd be a one-on-one fight in the hood, and or you somewhere, whether it's school or whatever, and it is the responsibility of the adult to break that up, to diffuse that situation well before a resource officer comes in.
Not to jump in.
Needs to do. So that exact same thing should have happened. If they gonna fight, they gonna fight. Okay, whatever. Let them get they scratch about a couple minutes, and then like, all right, cool. Y'all chill out. They let it escalate to that point. The like you said earlier, D. But when the cop got there, it should have been he should have just went straight to asking questions and getting on what happened.
Right.
Exactly.
But he
didn't have the
opportunity to do that.
It was already up.
because of them adults that was out there that didn't do anything.
Exactly. When he came on the scene, it was already it was already a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was already past that point of talking, right? So when he pulled up, because as much as I hate he shot, what he did is I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. If I pull up to a situation like that, say if it's even a family member, not even a cop, if my mom or one of our moms call us or our cousin call us and like, hey man, these people over here trying to jump me and my mama this and this, you like what? So when you pull up and it's already scrapping going on, your mindset is I need to find somebody to bang on. It ain't let's talk about this at this point. So the cop pulls up. I'm pretty sure when he pulled up, he like, oh shit. And then it's like, oh, he kicked her. Oh, she got a knife. You know what I'm saying? It's like bam, bam, bam. So I'm trying to put myself in his shoes as far as like, now I just want to say this. I don't think he handled the situation wrong. I just think it was excessive with the 4 shots. That's my only gripe about it.
Yeah, literally. In his case, and I had this conversation with my wife. You feel what I'm saying? And I told him, like, look, I seen the video too. You feel what I'm saying? And if we looking at the same video, you seen, you know, everybody that saw that video saw the exact same thing. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. There's no alteration. There's no doctoring of the video. There's no alteration of the video. There's actually other angles of that, you know, from people's like phone cams and everything like that.
Oh, for real? I only seen the cop.
Me too. I only seen the cop video. I haven't seen the other videos.
I'm gonna have to look it up then, because I only seen the cop.
Yeah, you're gonna see the exact same thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like everything that that led up to that, led up to that point. You know what I mean? And speaking as a parent, I mean, and you know what? And people. That's what kills me about parents too. Parents are always quick to say their child, like when they say, "Well, what if it was your child about to get stabbed?" And they'll say, "Oh, well, my child wouldn't be over there." How the hell you know?
Right.
They were like when you was coming up, no matter how, like you could have been raised in the church all your life. But guess what? But guess what we gonna do as we get older? What the hell we want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Our peers gonna influence us and all of that different type of shit. So, and I guarantee you, they parents, the same people that saying that, they ain't know what the hell they was like that. They lying and saying they going over here to study, like they staying after school to study. Well, when really they going over their boyfriend house to get dick down. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like stop that. They're talking, oh, my child wouldn't be over there. How the hell you know?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of the kids, I want to read some of these comments. Ben said, are we going to have to get our kids a death insurance because they are a different race due to law enforcement playing judge, jury, and executioner?
You said death insurance?
Mm-hmm.
Death insurance. You mean life insurance?
Life insurance?
Probably life insurance. Anyway. That's what he meant. I think anyone attached with a knife needs to be dealt with. They can take a knife instantly. Renee Anderson says that... let me scroll down. She said, but an arm and leg or something, they are trained to shoot and not to kill. That's true.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
That's not true?
They are not trained to shoot and not kill. Like
they trained to shoot and kill, right?
Yeah, they're trained to shoot and kill when necessary. It's people, but there's officers that go past that do that when it's not even warranted. You feel what I'm saying? But they
everything to them is necessary.
Yeah, like to them it's necessary, and they come up with but like in the grand scheme of things, when things come, when facts start coming out, clearly it wasn't necessary. You feel what I'm saying? But they are trained to shoot and kill. Because
I'm not a fan of this.
There are all situations that call for that.
I'm not a fan of this comment only because he's not from America. But he said, I think America should just ban guns overnight, like England.
That would be dumb.
We're not England, so it's hard to do stuff like that. So
I don't know how y'all operate in England, but if we ban guns in America,
exactly. Brittany Perry said,
"Never work. The black market is too
right. It's not.
Brittany Perry said,
it's not.
Then claim they rendered aid immediately after you shoot us dead, what are you doing? That is true.
That's very true. Yep. You know, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to like chuckle, but like it made me when and shout out to my wife, like, but when she said that, it just made me think of what Lil Baby said, and
in that song,
he said he felt like it's crazy they'll shoot you and still tell you to freeze.
That, like I said, they kill you and
They kill you and still tell you to freeze. Like what? Man, man, you got me stretched out here. My soul done left. I'm looking right, bro. What? Now I'm looking. Now my soul, my spirit is looking at you, doing what you like. I'm looking at the rest of y'all. Like, man, just tell me y'all see this shit.
Exactly.
Shout out to my kinfolk Terrell. You know what I'm saying?
Terrell McGrady says in the state
it's
that
McGarity,
the country
Blue. Hey, hold on, Blue. You gotta get that last name right, homie. It's McGarity.
Coming. He said in the state that the country is in with the cops coming to help in situations, how come no one said chill out, here comes the cop? The girl called the cops but showed to be an aggressive one, even though she felt like the need of the call of the cops in the first place.
Yeah, I think that's what a parent should have came in. Let me not say parents because I don't know if that was her parents, but that's what the adults should have came in. I know she was the one that called the cops though, right?
Yeah, she was the one.
That's what's being said because you know that foster situation wasn't looking out for her. So I'm sure. I'm assuming she's the one that called.
Okay. Yes. So if that's the case, if she was what you're saying, Travis, is true, then it was her versus everybody that was out there, except for the dude. It looked like because the dude, the only one that looked like he was trying to help, even though he kicked the chick, he should have did that. But it seemed like everybody else from the video was on opposing her, so she was kind of like her back against the wall. Usually that happens though when shit pop off, they be like, "Hey, yo, the cops!" But I mean, like I say, when the cop pulled up, it was already up here. So at that point,
this is kind of like what you said earlier. Linda Simpson said, "I'm upset to why no adult out there tried to stop it, but instead was recording it."
And Renee,
everybody wants to capture the moment. Everybody wants to be that person to capture the moment. Yep. Oh yeah, that was me that recorded that. I recorded that. And it's sad. It's sad, but it helps. So you catch a lot of stuff on tape that can be used in court that can help you, but also at the same time, you could be helping the situation instead of recording.
Exactly.
So, as an adult, you shouldn't be recording. You should have been helping as an adult.
Exactly. Calm down the situation. Brittany Perry said the girl in pink was once a foster child in the home. According to the foster mom, they always argue with the girl shot at all the time. I'm sure she had enough, felt unsafe enough to call the cops. Then at some point she became the aggressor.
Yeah.
I will say this. Terrell said it was her dad.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know what that meant.
I mean, if it would, that makes sense. I'd be kicking one of them hoes in the head too.
For sure.
The adult was not mature, period, and her foster mom was at work.
Oh, so they was at the house by themselves.
Right. Damn.
I will say this though, because Renee has said something to and Renee, we like I agree with you. Me, D, and Blue agree with you. Them 4 shots was excessive. It did not take 4 shots. I don't feel like it should have took 4 shots. He could have shot her. He could have shot her one time, and you know what I'm saying, that one shot could have killed her. But, you know, he could have shot in the leg, like I said, shot in the leg, shot in the ass, foot, something like shoot it in the hand. I don't know, but them 4 shots was very, very excessive. In the same breath, speaking as a parent, whether my daughter is or my son, went over, like, you know, is in an altercation with somebody,
or my wife,
yeah, or my wife, and they in an altercation with somebody, and that other person decides to bring a weapon involved, and the police is on scene as it's about to happen. I'm gonna want them to do what they feel necessary to save my loved one's life, and
That's
you
true.
would too, because to be honest with you, like I said, when you in a rage, you don't hear nothing, and when your adrenaline going that high, that fast,
Yeah.
you might not even, you know what I'm saying, you might not even feel that shot. You might not even feel it. You know what I mean? So it's like, or a taser. You know what I mean? So
that adrenaline, your adrenaline.
yeah, that adrenaline pumps. You feel
Hey.
what I'm saying? Like that's a real thing. So I
I've
can't say I wouldn't want that.
I've been in some fights.
That officer to do what he felt necessary in that situation, because he did feel like he did what he felt like was necessary in that situation to preserve,
Exactly,
to save somebody's life. The issue is, and and this is why we are still like having the conversation of fairness and being consistent across the board with punishments, and how the police deal with situations with people of color as opposed to white people. We have seen countless times, just like with the example that D had gave about the white kid stabbing the black cop.
Right.
Both instances called for somebody to get shot.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Or something to happen to whoever the aggressor is. You feel what I'm saying? But time and time again, we have seen on our side is shoot, kill first, and fill out the report later.
I didn't see that. Did I send a video in a group? Did I send that video in a group? Did I send that video in a group? With the dude stabbing the cop. I didn't send that to y'all.
Nah, I didn't see that.
Damn. No. Okay, I sent the one with the Okay, so before we get to the next one, right? I just want to say I don't think that particular incident was a racist thing. I don't think that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many. It was too many elements to. It was too many. It was too much going on, and I think we immediately jumping on a cop, which is natural because of what's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not taking into consideration the position that he was put in.
Yeah.
Like I say, we all agreed the 4 shots. That's what we agreed on, and I think everything else played out the way that it was going to play out. Like what Travis said, he was at that point trying to save somebody's life, and then the unlikelihood he actually took somebody's life, which, you know, it sucked. It sucked because she was so young.
Yeah,
but,
man. Like
I wish the main reason I wish, besides the fact that she was young, I wish she was able to maybe get shot, wounded or whatever, but she was able to tell her story and what led up to that.
Yeah, and that's you know what I'm saying, that's the part that eats at me as well. Like, I mean, of course, you know the treatment you know, is not fair from law enforcement towards us as it is, you know, as it is others, you know, white people or whatever. But because I guarantee, like, you know, I guarantee you, you know, if the method of handling it was the same across the board, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that it's not, and even though a reaction like that may have been warranted,
mm-hmm.
it's still not fair, and it's still not okay. You feel what I'm saying? Because it still goes into the narrative of, well, damn, like, why couldn't you try to do something else? Because we've seen them be able to do that.
Too many times.
Exactly.
In worse situations.
In worse situations. So you know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, like, I really thought about this all week, man. Like, I was like, man, how can
we was actually about to get into it on Wednesday. We had to kind of like
Wednesday, we
like
decided
stop
not
ourselves
to.
because
I wanted to share a video with you guys. This is one of the things I shared with y'all and what we talked about. So I'm gonna share something so that people can see it too, because I know they didn't get to see it. But we're gonna talk about the girl who got a haircut.
Ooh, see, that's where I was going. Ooh, you right on.
I found a video for it, so I'm gonna try to upload a video and we're gonna talk about it. Thank you to the people who's tuned in with us right now. We love you guys. Guys, you're the reason why we do this. We cannot do this without you guys. Thank you for the people who always tune in and the newcomers. We have a couple newcomers on this.
All your people that's following, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, do us a huge favor and share the stream. Therefore, you never know who's gonna click in, and when you share it, make sure you put share on your page so people know to go. Because the more numbers we get, you know, people look at that. Like I always say, people look at that. So when we wanna put in for sponsors and stuff like that, they're gonna look at our numbers. So we need y'all help on that part.
Yeah, man. So, you know, like, subscribe, tell people about it. You know what I mean? Like, we, you know, all the support, like all the support we've been getting, and you know, and we definitely appreciate it. Like, and just keep that momentum going. But yeah,
and was embarrassed after her hair was cut twice at school.
So I'm gonna start it over so we can get the whole.
Pissing me off right now. Just this.
A 7-year-old girl in Michigan was embarrassed after her hair was cut twice at school without her parents' permission.
Twice.
This is Journey. Her dad says she told him a student cut out chunks of her hair while riding on the school bus. That same day, he took her to a salon to get it fixed. Later that same week, she came home with her hair cut again. This time, she told her dad it was a teacher who cut it. Now, her dad says he received an apology from the school, but he's now looking for a public apology. He has since disenrolled Journey from that school and taken her to a different one. At the CBS 17 Digital Desk, I'm digital reporter.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Listen,
I'm going to the school and I'm gonna cut her motherfucking hair. That's what's gonna happen. That's it. I ain't getting nobody else involved in this. I done seen a few videos of it was a dude about to graduate high school, and they made him cut his locks before he walked the stage.
Yeah, that was like in Houston.
Yeah, in Houston. And then there was another one that had it, and he was in a wrestling, I want to say.
Yeah, they made him cut it at the meet.
Mid-match, they made him, man, that's fucking evil as fuck, man. That's
what was the purpose of what cut? You mean what was the
purpose of the haircut in the first? Like, why did the teacher do it? What was the purpose of her doing it?
I don't know, but
it don't even matter. You don't have no purpose.
She needs to be shaved fucking bald.
I would have said there's two black eyes in a bald head.
Man,
there is no purpose for that. Like, the teacher has no right to do anything.
I would have served her ass two black eyes and a bald head. You damn right.
Like, why are you looking for an apology?
That's what I'm saying. Man, sometimes us as black people can be so fucking diluted. Oh my God. And you know what, man?
So passive.
I'm gonna say it, and y'all. A lot of people might not agree with it. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. A lot of that shit comes from church, and people thinking when the Bible said turn the other cheek, that means don't do shit. That's not what that meant. If you talking to me and you saying harsh words, turning the other cheek, it's not physical, so I can walk away from that. But when it becomes physical, it's physical. It's no turn the, when I turn the other cheek, that's gonna be me turning my cheek like this to slap the fuck out of you. It's like I pray that this doesn't happen to my daughter, because y'all gonna have to hold me down. I'm legally blind. Cause I'm going stupid. It's a wrap. That teacher, she can't work. She can't be a teacher no more. She can't.
I reserve the right to plead the fifth on what
Chris said he gonna set somebody's house on fire.
Hey man, hey. I reserve the right to plead the fifth on what I would
I have another
potentially
video I want to share with you guys. So if this one got you heated, wait till you see this one. This one's gonna really get you heated. So I apologize in advance. I'm letting you know that now. This one's gonna get you heated. If that haircut got you heated. While I'm waiting for it to load, I'm gonna read some of the comments. I know that I'm asking. Did anyone get the reason from the teacher why she felt the need to cut the haircut? Oh, that's what she's asking. Okay. It's because we have been conditioned to react this way. That's why he wants an apology.
Just like what was the boy that got killed? Oh man. It was a boy that got killed and the family didn't want. It was the police officer, the cop.
the wrong department. When they get up hugging that little hoe.
Man, get the fuck, man. That pissed me off so goddamn.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That whole ass bailiff.
That shit right. That shit right there is gonna set us back fucking 3,000 years.
It did.
That's what they want, man. They want that shit.
And that poo butt ass judge got down and started hugging the bro.
Come on, man.
Bruh.
Come on. That was staged. That shit was staged, man. Fuck that, man.
Bailiff over there stroking that bitch. Man,
come on, man. I was so pissed off, man. I'm like, I'm not telling you to be mad. I'm not gonna tell you to be mad like I'm mad. But at the same time, you can't be this goddamn. That's like a chick in an abusive relationship, and she something happens to the dude that she's talking to, and instead of using that to get, that's her means of the way out, she goes back to him and help. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. That I would have punched that bitch in her face. That's what I seen.
A frustrated father.
That's not supposed to happen.
Told me about his 11-year-old son.
My son. Yeah, my son's a good child. A good boy. Plays sports. Good in school.
Shamel's son is a student at Lamar Elementary in Greenville. And at school Tuesday, Shamel says his son's teacher took this staged photo with a foot on his neck.
I'm very mad about the situation. Very mad about it.
The boy's mom didn't talk on camera, but she's more forgiving. The teacher texted her the picture and mom showed it to us. Mom said it was done as a joke after the teacher told her son to return an assignment where she'd put a foot on his neck. We reached out to the teacher but didn't hear back.
My initial reaction was disgust.
Demetris Liggins is the superintendent for Greenville ISD.
Well, at this point, the teacher has been placed on administrative leave. We do believe in respecting and treating all of our neighbors and especially our students and families with.
Well, for district protocol, that's what you have to start off with first. And then you go to that to investigate, and then they will do the necessary steps of firing a teacher.
At what point do we not need to investigate when the shit is right there?
I know the picture's right there. It doesn't exactly, but
who the fuck,
that's just
as an adult, as a fucking adult, when would you think that shit is cool? Like,
exactly.
Come on, man. And what makes me mad is that they always say it's not a race issue, but I don't see fucking black teachers doing this shit. It's only these white motherfuckers that's doing cutting fucking hair, putting feet on people's neck, and the bitch has the audacity to have Chucks on. That I ought to punch her in her goddamn throat. That's what needs to be happening. It needs to get physical around these parts. And
Terrell McGrady said, meaning they are at home getting paid. That's not necessarily. I don't know if they get paid on administrative leave. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But she probably is. I think things are headed over there. I agree with you guys.
If she white, she getting paid. And all that's gonna happen is they gonna fire her and they gonna give her because she's under contract. They gonna give hold up, what's going on?
I don't know. I think come on man on any color is responsible for actions like this. What does that mean?
Huh?
I don't know what that means. And I have zero tolerance with them, whatever color. I don't know what he meant by that.
Who said that?
Steven from England. I don't know what he meant by that.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Steven. Whatever your name is. Look, bro, we get it. We get it.
Give it to him raw.
Okay, Steven. My brother. From across the pond.
From across the pond.
You're right. Any color, whoever's doing it is definitely responsible for that, for what they're doing, right?
He laughing at your wife?
Because she know she can feel me.
Nah, we ain't putting no condom on it.
We ain't putting no condoms on tonight. Not tonight.
Terrell McGrady said administrative leave is not considered a negative employment action because the district continues to pay the educator just as if the educator was in the classroom or other normal workstation. Administrative leave typically involves full contract pay. This is required for anyone under contract. Okay.
See, they are still, even though she's a teacher and they sit on administrative pay, if they decide to fire her, she gets the money from the remainder of her contract. And if she has a pension or whatever, she get the cash out or transfer or whatever. So she's not going to miss any money from it. And I think that's the problem with the cops. If they start actually going in the cops' pockets versus the taxpayers' pockets when shit happens, is the government is going to cover it for them. They need to start going into these cops' insurance and pension and shit like that. And I know that'll slow the ass down for a little bit, but the ultimate goal is when you kill somebody and it's unarmed, and you go to court, and evidence shows that your ass is guilty, and your ass still get off, the black community should take justice into their own fucking hands. We have 10 hitmen on standby, and you got 24 hours to admit that you was guilty, or you're gonna have to meet your maker. And
so before you say what you say, Travis, Steven says everything you said all night. I agreed is wrong and been on your side. So he's on your side. He's just trying to explain how they do it back in England. I think that's what
I think Travis was saying that. I think Travis was saying.
Yeah, I get it. Like I get that. I just what he said, like what you said was well, hold on. I said, he's telling you. No, what I'm saying, like, I don't think you understand when you say people from any color, are responsible for, for things like that, right? That
Steven, don't take it personal. I'm not. When I say white motherfuckers, I'm not speaking to you personally. It's a general statement. So if you the ones that's on the side and you look and you right, then this doesn't concern you. But if you on this side and you feel some type of way, which I don't give a fuck if you feel, then I'm talking to you. But if you cool, you cool.
Yes, Steven, we're not saying you said anything bad. We know that you agree with us.
Right.
So
yeah, we know that.
We hope that you tune in another episode.
Like basically what you said, it sounded a lot like when we're speaking, like, and it happens a lot in this country, and you may not know. When we are expressing our displeasure or relaying our grievance to what happens to us, or when we say Black Lives Matter, and then the retort to that is, well, all lives matter. Nobody's saying all lives don't matter, but we're trying to get people to understand that we have never felt that our lives matter, and that when we say this, like, our lives matter to outside of our community. And I don't want to hear about, well, Black people kill each other all the time and all this different. Yeah, we get that. Every race kills each other. But guess what? The very fabric of this country, to the soil, to the root, the fertilizer and all, has been, we have always gotten the ass end of the deal.
Right.
Every time, more times than I can count. You know what I'm saying? So when we say Black Lives Matter is not, pro-Black is not anti-white. It's not anti-anything. It's literally saying, yo, our lives matter too. Why can't we get the exact same, even if I do commit a crime, why can't I get the same chance to even be arrested or get the court or even get in the back of a squad car like my white counterpart?
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do I always have it? Why I gotta always think about if I'm gonna get my ass beat if I forget to change lanes, to put my turning signal on before I change lanes? You know what I'm saying? And it's just certain things in this country you're not seeing from Black people. Like D said, you ain't hearing no Black teachers or no minority teachers saying or putting, even attempting to put their hands on another child.
Imagine if a minority teacher cut a little white girl's hair at school.
Do you think?
Imagine.
I guarantee you that minority teacher is not going on administrative leave. She's getting fired. He or she is getting fired on the spot.
And they're gonna try to take their money the best way they can.
Oh, they're gonna take their money. They're gonna bring charges up. That's
all we saying, Steven. Steven, in a nutshell, all we saying is we want to get. It should be fair treatment around, which we know is not. But that's the whole thing, is that's what we want. We want fair treatment, which we ultimately wishing for some shit that I don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a marathon. So it has to keep going and keep going. But like when we say, I ain't gonna say Travis, I'm gonna speak for myself. When I say white motherfuckers and shit like that, it's a general statement. I'm just making a general statement because if nobody has noticed on this live feed, if nobody's noticed, white people rule the majority of the world. Like, and they didn't rule that shit by asking for nothing.
Yeah.
They rule that shit by war. So, in order for us, like I said earlier, in order for us to get our freedom, because we haven't experienced true freedom yet. in a long time. In order, the only way we can get our freedom is to get it the way that they took it from us. That's the only thing I can say on my behalf. I can't speak for nobody else.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if a teacher cuts my daughter's hair,
oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna beat
it's
that
on
bitch
and
up.
popping.
Yeah, we got a whole problem. There's nothing we need to talk about.
It's
Nah, hell
on
no.
and
I'm not getting the
It's
school
on.
board involved in anything.
Right.
Like
But my
literally
thing is,
the next day we go to school, I'm having a full clippers. I'm gonna get that bitch an edge up and everything. Like, no, this is not cool.
I wouldn't do it myself because I want to make sure that, I don't know, maybe I don't want her fade to be nice. I would say bring me a barber and have her fade, give her the old man haircut. We don't need a hair on the side, bald in the middle, you know.
Nah,
but
just landing stripper right down the middle.
Right now.
Just
like,
now,
well, I just want to give my thoughts for the end before we end our show. I do want to say I agree with y'all 100%. It's on site if someone cuts my son or daughter's hair. Also, I want to say, why did the teacher feel so comfortable with sending the picture to the mom and the mom thought it was a joke? Nah, not happening. Nah, nothing's a joke like
what
that.
makes you think
like, you know how
that
many
shit is
cool
cool?
teachers I've had? You know how many cool teachers I've had that's been cool with my mom? And ain't no, it wouldn't even think that we might roast each other in the classroom. That's normal. You feel what I'm saying?
They ain't putting no fit on me.
But
my thing for the child to allow her to do that, for the child not to even like try to like, nah, that's not cool. As a child though, like, I don't know, I feel like he could have, I don't know. He could have done better.
No, but it's a child. You can manipulate a kid though. You can manipulate a kid into thinking that what you're doing is not harmful, right?
Exactly.
You can manipulate a kid into that, but as an adult,
you should know better.
As an adult, you should fucking know better. Like that's the only thing I could think of that was pure hate. That was pure hate.
Exactly. Brittany Perry said, honestly, don't believe things will change. If anything, they will get worse. This is how the world will operate until Jesus comes back. My belief anyway. Terrell McGrady says, when you're ready to die is only
come back to that shit.
Terrell McGrady said, when you are ready to die,
looking like, man, you know what, Pops? I'm just gonna stay up here. Send Moses' ass.
When you are ready to die is only you can tell someone is ready to live. Most of us want freedom, but knowing that some of us will be sacrificed and that is not happening. We will easily kill ourselves before we kill our heart. That's funny. When Moses said whatever.
Hey,
I want to say shout out to T1, shout out to D Live at 5, and I'm DJ David Diamond. We appreciate everyone that tuned in and opened up this form for conversation. I like the fact that we had conversation and not confrontation. I like the fact that we mostly agree on everything. We did have some people who didn't agree on some stuff, but we talked it out instead of just arguing back and forth, which I love about this platform. Now, since we got the serious stuff off the way, on Wednesday, we be back on our BS.
Right.
Yes, we will be back having fun, laughing with you on Wednesday. And then we'll be back Saturday talking the serious stuff. Go ahead.
Before we bounce, R.I.P. Humpty.
Shock G.
Damn.
The Humpty Dump.
We were just talking about, like, can we go a week without losing like a legend or something, man?
Exactly.
If y'all don't know, that's he was responsible for putting Tupac on. Like,
exactly.
He's the reason why Tupac was on. Like, if it wasn't for him giving Tupac that verse on Humpty, right?
Nah, same song.
No,
same song. If it wasn't for him giving Tupac that verse on there, Tupac wouldn't have. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
And
exactly.
Real quick, DMX's memorial for the fans was today at Barclays.
Yeah, I seen some footage of it.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Video where they had him writing out one last time.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Tomorrow is the funeral for it's gonna be the actual funeral, but just for
they gonna stream it. They streaming it.
Yeah, BET showing it. I think it's at 5.
Okay.
Well, no, two at 1:30 our time, so it'd be 2:30 there. 2:30 there, 1:30 here.
Okay.
So, okay. Again, you know what I'm saying. the impact DMX had on this world, and is second to none. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And he was literally a piece of everybody, and in my humble opinion, I feel like he represented this country better than any elected government official or politician that you know what I'm saying, that ever did, because he was very raw, he was very authentic, and he was honest. You know what I'm saying? All the way through, and very transparent. So, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And without
I
him,
don't
we
know
wouldn't
if
have
I don't know if people realize. I want
and other artists. So.
I want I want women to realize the way DMX is transparent wise, that is hard as hell for a man to be.
Yeah.
To do that. That's for a black man, that is extremely hard. And he's exactly. A rare example of being upfront about all the issues that he's stumbling blocks. But all that shit he did it for people like us to look at it and realize that we can get out of that shit and we can fight through it. And no matter what point in his career that he was down in anything, I've never seen him not praying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Like he was always, even on the Breakfast Club, before they did the interview, he like, let's lock up. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think when you're considered a Christian or religious, anything, whatever, they think that you're supposed to have this perfect. That's not. He's the example you should be. The person that messes up, but at the end of the day, he knows that he can correct himself, and that's therapeutic. Him being transparent is therapeutic. Like this podcast is therapeutic. Like we get on here and we can talk, and we can. It's an open forum. You know what I'm saying? It's us three. Let's just say it's black owned, so we can talk and be vulnerable to people in our audience, because at the end of the day, we're doing this for y'all. So we want it's a therapeutic. We get to express ourselves to y'all, and y'all get to receive that, and then y'all can learn from the stuff that we talking about. Just like when y'all throw y'all comments down, we can learn from the comments that y'all dropping. So it's always a give and go. But man, that music, DMX music style of music, that's I don't know who's gonna bring that. I don't know who's gonna bring that type.
It will never be duplicated, bro.
Nah.
It will never be duplicated. And it doesn't need to be.
Oh, shout out to Radioactive Podcast. I saw AC jump in.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. We love you guys. You're the reason why we do this. We like the fact that, like I said earlier, we had conversation and not confrontation. We got D live at 5, T1, and DJ BBD or Baby Blue Diamond. And we about to sign out. Peace.